What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to RC Car Garage. And as you guys can see here on the table, we have the Louise LRX Rally Chassis with the Audi Quattro body on the table. Now, the reason that this guy is on here, because there's a couple things that I want to change on this, because there isn't really, the stuff that's in here wasn't meant to stay. So we're going to be changing a couple things on this. Now, the last time I ended up taking this guy out was out in Florida last year, and I believe I ended up hitting a total of 50 miles an hour with it, which I was excited about, the fact that it hit me at 50 miles an hour, and I was excited for it. But with it hitting 50 miles an hour, it did end up flipping over a couple times, you guys, and as you guys can see, the chest, the body ended up taking some damage. But again, the body in the back here, this is just so thin and flimsy. I'm going to see if I can try to, just pushing it here in the back, you guys can see how easy that bends. So I'm going to see if I can clean off the body and see if I can reinforce it somehow, some way. And I think I know what I'm going to wind up doing. The other thing that I'm thinking about doing with this is probably raising up the body a little bit, just for the main fact that when the suspension goes, it does end up hitting the body, and it is getting into the body, as you guys can see right along here. So hopefully you guys can see that. You might be able to see it better here, but it's taking the paint away from the body. So I want to try to fix that, so to prevent it from getting the suspension to hit the body. The other thing I want to try to do is with this dust cover that's on here, I want to try to get something with this, because granted, this is a very good thing to have this dust cover. It does keep a lot of grime and debris out from the inside, which is very nice. Now, what I want to try to do is here on the front, where all the steering components come through, is I want to try to get something on here, like bristles from a broom or something. Stick them on here so it'll keep stuff from getting in, but prevent the steering from getting obstructed. So I honestly think that putting some bristles in here from like an old broom or something, gluing them on here somehow, that it might end up helping out. So we'll see how that's going to work. So I'll move that over. Now, off to the brains of this guy. So when I took it down to Florida, I did end up hitting 50 miles an hour with this guy, and that was using the Maverick ESC and my Castle, however many kVs that is. I'll take it out in a bit and I'll tell you. But using this Castle motor from my TT01 Evo and this Maverick ESC that I was using, that's from my Maverick monster truck that I have. And again, that was just temporary. But what I am going to put in here is this kit here. Now, I will put an affiliate link down at the bottom below. Again, these are affiliate links, you guys. Help out the channel. Click on those links. It does help out the channel, so I can end up making more videos for you guys. Now, the ESC is a 10BL120, as you guys can see there, 120 amp ESC. And I am also using this, Hobbywing Quick Run 3660, 3700 kV brushless motor. I believe it does bring a gear in here. I'm not sure. If not, I'm gonna have to take the one off of this motor and throw it in here. I might actually have a pinion. In here somewhere, so I'll be able to put the pinion on. All right, you guys. So it's been a couple of days since I've been messing with this thing, and one of the things, well, there's actually three things that was holding me back from actually getting this thing to where it's at right now. It is not completed. There's still a couple more things I need to do to it. But one of the things that was holding me back was the servo. Now, the servo that was installed in this was this big servo. And with that servo installed, I did not have the room here for the ESC. So I had to get a new servo. This is a Endura 22 kg shorty servo that, as you guys can see, is right there, and there is now space for the ESC to sit in there, which I have plenty of room here. What I'm going to do with it is I'm going to move the servo the ESC closer to the servo so it doesn't get too close to the motor. Now, the other thing that I'm having an issue with is the ESC. The width of it is a little bit too wide for it to sit in the chassis. And what's happening here is when it's sitting in the chassis, it's sitting on top of the edge here. I can't push it in anymore. It is sitting right there. So that is also an issue. What I might have to do with this guy is probably here somewhere. I'm going to have to probably cut the edge off so that the servo, so that the ESC will sit in here perfectly. Because as you guys can see, it's not, there's no way for it to sit perfectly in there. Even if I were to turn it this way, the servo is not short enough on the sides here where it could sit this way, which I would have loved it for it to sit like that. So I think, is this system overboard for this car? Yeah, yeah, it is, but I'm going to run with it anyway. One of the things I don't know if I mentioned, this ESC is, as you guys can probably see right there, it is a 2 to 4S capable. So 3660, 3700 kV motor with this ESC. This thing, I think, is going to do more than 50 miles an hour. So that is where I'm at with that. The other thing that was holding me up was the gear that came off of the Castle motor that was on here is only a 3.175 millimeter bore, and the motor here has a 5 millimeter shaft. So I unfortunately didn't have any 5 millimeter. Well, I do have 5 millimeter shafts, pinion gears, but they're all 3.175 millimeters, and I didn't have any. Wait, no, reverse that. So I have gears that were 5 millimeters, but they were 32 pitch, and this spur gear is a 48 pitch. So I had to order gears for a 5 millimeter 48 pitch. Now, the gear that I decided to put on here is a 27 tooth pinion, like this one that was on there before is a 27 tooth. I can always go up. I have a 28 tooth. I have a 29 tooth. Well, hold on. 29 tooth. And I have a 30 tooth. So that's the 27 tooth. I can go up 3 more teeth if I want to get this thing crazy. So that's where we're at right now. So I'm going to keep going ahead. I don't want to cut that, but I am going to wind up cutting the edge of the chassis here. I'm going to wind up cutting the edge of the chassis here so that way the ESC can sit nice and snug in here in the base of it. And then after I get that thing going, we'll pair this guy up and see how this thing runs. I'll be right back with you guys. All right, you guys, so bringing out this guy, we're gonna check and see how fast it's gonna run on the new system. I do have my GNSS in here, and hopefully no cars are really gonna be coming down my street because I really want to see how fast this thing goes. So I got my phone out. I got the GNSS on. Let's heck and see how fast this is going to go. All right, so transmitter is on, and right in here you guys can see the power button right in there somewhere. There you go. And I am running it on a 2S on my Ovonic 6200 milliamp hour battery, and the GNSS you guys can see is right there. The system on here, this is how I had to mount it. As you guys can see right there, I had to cut the chassis, got that guy to fit in there, got the new servo in. So let's see how this guy runs. Alright, so as you guys can see, we got kilometers, but I wanted miles an hour, and we're at miles an hour. There we go. Alright, so take this guy out here to my street. Now the best thing is that this guy is no clicking, not doing anything weird. Alright, so no cars are coming. So we're gonna track and we're gonna hit start. Alright, there's a car coming. I'm gonna wait a minute. Wait till that car goes by. Whoa. What the? Oh, it's doing its own thing. What the hell is it doing? I have no control over the car right now. Alright, here we go. That was the first time that ever happened. Alright. Turn it around. Here it comes. Full throttle. Alright, that was a full throttle blitz that I did just now. Let's see how fast this guy went. So there. Open that up. And stop, read, 26 miles an hour. Ew, I had this guy going 50 miles an hour before. All right, so let's go back, track, start. All right, now she's tracking. Let's see how this guy does now. Let's try this again. Bring her back. That almost got me.
All right. One more time. Full throttle. All right, couple cars coming. Oh, it's not working. Oh, there we go. Oh, something's wrong. Something's wrong with it.
All right, guys. So taking out the gear on here, taking out this pinion gear. The pinion gear that I'm running on it now is a 27 turn. So I'm actually going to go up 2 teeth on this. It was making some noise, and I totally I stripped out this spur gear. This spur gear, there's a couple teeth that are shredded. Dang it. But still going to keep going. Anyway, put that gear back in there. So as you guys can see, the spur gear right there, half of those teeth got chewed up. Dang it. I want to run this thing using a 29 tooth pinion. I'm hoping that the teeth that are on here are going to be enough to make this work. So I can be able to run this 29 tooth gear. Because 27 miles an hour, yeah, that's pretty good. 27 miles an hour, but I know this thing can go faster. I mean, I already had it at 50 miles an hour. So I'm pretty sure that this system can go faster. I don't know. We'll see. The other thing I wanted to mention to you guys is how I have my GNSS mounted on here. And this guy's mounted on here pretty dang good. It's not going anywhere. As you guys can see, it's not going anywhere. The reason that it's not going anywhere, I found this stuff called Clear Quake Hold Gel. I found this stuff on Amazon. Actually, I think it was on TikTok or YouTube Shorts or something that I saw it on there. So I'm like, yo, that would be awesome to see, to be able to mount whatever I want, like especially the GNSS. That'd be cool to mount it so it sticks on there instead of using double-sided tape. Because apparently this stuff, I can put it on, take it off, put it on, take it off, and it'll hold. And the car flipped a couple times, and this guy is still holding on there. So if you guys are looking for anything that you want to hold your GNSS or any other accessories or whatever onto your RC, I will put this link. I will put a link in the description down below so you guys can check that out. So I'm going to put on this 29 tooth pinion gear on here, and hopefully there's enough spur gear teeth on the spur gear that will be able to do more than 27 miles an hour. I'm only doing this on a 2S right now. So the 3S battery that I have is too long for this chassis. So I'm going to try this gear. All right, you guys. So track, start, and this is with the 29 tooth pinion gear. Let's see how it does. Alright, let's see. Oh, that's broken now. Front end broke. Now the front end is all loose. Dang it! I'm not having any luck with this car right now. Anyway, so stop and read 27 miles an hour apparently. Alright. So let's do this now. Alright, gonna take that off. So this piece right here is basically stripped out right in
there. So those holes, I believe that's metal. Yeah, so this piece right here, the holes basically, no, I'm sorry, it connects to this being plastic, these holes stripped out. So that's what's holding the front of the body. There's something going on here that seems a little tight. All right, so we're gonna try this out again without the body. So we're gonna go back, we're going to hit track and start. All right, there we go. Let's see how fast we can get this thing up without the body. Want to go way. You got to go straight. All right, let's do this. Full throttle. Coming back. Full throttle. I mean, she moves great. Another one. Whoa. All right, let's see how it does. Full throttle. All right, bring it back. 29.2. Yeah, I definitely got to adjust those gears. All right, 29.2 pinion gear. We're gonna stop, read, 28 miles an hour. There's no freaking way, man. Absolutely no way that it only went 28 miles an hour. All right, so 28 miles an hour, I don't know. I think something's not right here. I'm gonna have to check the controller tune of the ESC. I think something might be wrong, because I don't think, how was it that I went up 2 teeth from a 27 tooth to a 29 tooth and it only hit 28 miles an hour? I don't know, something doesn't seem right. I'm going to keep working on it, but in the meantime, guys, do me a favor. If you want to see more of this guy, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so I can end up making more of these videos. And in the meantime, I'm going to fix this and see what is the deal with it and then go from there. So guys, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe. I will see you guys in another video. You all have a good one. Keep RCing.